Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. You are watching to Veterinary Science for You channel with Dr. Muhammad Iltaf Hussain. If you are new on my channel, so subscribe the channel and click the bell icon to receive more such informative and new videos related to veterinary and animal sciences. Today we will discuss how to increase milk production in dairy animals. So the objectives of how to increase milk production in dairy animals: select appropriate feeds for dairy animals, select rations for dairy cows for maximum production, select rations for replacement animals for fast economical growth, select an appropriate feeding method. Basic feeding facts: so feed costs are 40 to 50% of total milk production costs. Feeding has the most influence on the amount of milk any cow produces. The basis for dairy rations is roughages. Now, methods of feeding dairy cows. So the first one is traditional. Farm feed concentrates individually based on milk production. Most farms feed roughages by free choice. Roughages are fed in feed bunks or mangers. Modern farms are moving toward free choice feeding. Challenge or lead feeding: challenge the cow to reach its maximum potential milk production. More concentrates in early lactation, less concentrates in late lactation. When production drops, decrease concentrate. Challenge feeding requires good record keeping. The third point is feeding total mixed rations. All or almost all ingredients blended together. Total mixed rations are fed by free choice, common to place cows in feeding crops. Ration contains roughages and concentrates. Many advantages and disadvantages of this method. The fourth one is special equipment for feeding total mixed rations. That is, 2 items of special equipment are needed: mixer, blender unit, weighing device. This is the fourth method. And next one, feed analysis recommended regardless of feeding system. Grouping cows to feed total mixed ration. Its success depends on dividing herd in groups. Automatic concentrate feeders, magnetic, electronic and transponder. Roughages for dairy cattle. Roughly 60 to 80% of dry matter and dairy rations should be roughages. Roughages used are hay, silage and pasture. Wide variety of nutrient value and forages. Hay. So feeding value depends on kind of hay, maturity when cut and harvesting method. Hay has traditionally been handled in a balled form, requiring a lot of hand labor. Cows eat more high quality than low quality hay. Alfalfa is the best hay for dairy cattle use. Green chop. So some farmers harvest forage by chopping it daily. Feeding it in bunks reduces feed losses. Problems include need to chop each day. Moisture content varies considerably. Silage. So it is almost any crop can be made into silage. Silage has a higher moisture content than dry roughages. Haylage, hay crop made into silage. Corn silage. So it's popular roughages for dairy cattle. Is easily stored and handled. Low in minerals, needs supplements. Other feeds: sorghum silage, coastal Bermuda, grass silage, small grain silage, straw, corn store and pasture. Grains for dairy cows. So grains are included in the ration for energy content. Grains contain about 70 to 80% total digestible nutrients. Grains processed prior to feeding are more digestible. Grains for dairy cows continued. So corn, most commonly used grain in dairy cattle rations, very high in energy and palatable. High moisture corn, stored at relatively higher moisture content in a silo. Oats. So these are excellent for dairy cattle, lower energy but higher in protein than corn. Oats add fiber and bulk to the grain mix. Replace no more than 1/2 the corn in ration. Barley. So is almost the same as corn, replaces to 50% of grain ration. Wheat, high in energy and production. Prices are high for wheat. No more than 50% of grain ration. Examples: protein supplements for dairy cows. So examples are corn gluten meal, distilled dried grains, soya beans and soybean meal. sunflower meal, linseed meal, cottonseed meal, urea, other non-protein nitrogen. Feeding lactating dairy cows, so total ration should contain from 18 to 19% crude protein. During early lactation, reduce crude protein to 13% later in lactation period. Protein degradability should be considered when feeding high producing cows. Byproducts and other processed feeds for dairy cattle. Examples are alfalfa meal, alfalfa leaf meal, beet pulp, brewer's grain, citrus pulp, cottonseed oil. Some other examples are corn gluten feed, hominy feed, malt sprouts, molasses, potatoes, soybean hulls. And some other examples are wheat bran, wheat middlings, and whey. So these are some examples of byproducts and other processed feeds for dairy cattle. Minerals for dairy cattle. So the requirements are calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, sodium, chloride. These are some major minerals, and sulfur, iodine, iron, copper, cobalt, manganese, and zinc, selenium, and molybdenum are minor minerals. Vitamin needs of dairy cattle. Dairy cows need vitamin A, D, and E supplements. Massive doses of vitamins taken over a long period of time may be toxic. 6 grams of niacin per cow per day has resulted in increased milk production. Water needs of dairy cattle. Milk is 85 to 87% water. Dairy cows require more water than any other farm animal when lactating. As the air temperature increases, the need for water also increases. We should provide plenty of water, as due to this the milk production increases. Body condition score, so it refers to the amount of fat the animal is carrying. Scores range from 1 very thin, 5 excessive fat. For maximum milk efficiency, dairy cows must not be too thin or too fat. So that's all about the how to increase milk production in dairy animals. If you have any question related to this topic, so you may ask through comments or through my Gmail, that is draltafvet@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching.